So I know a lot of you are new to this channel and don't really understand what's going on because we are putting out daily vlogs, but these daily vlogs are part of the Trans-America Trail trip. So we're in the middle of a trip. I don't know what day it is. You'll see in the post, but it will be like day 26. So this is like the 26th video. So you're 25 videos behind on understanding how we got here and why we're in this situation and all of that. So if you go back to day 1 on Trans-America Trail 4x4 day 1, that's on our page. You'll be able to follow and catch up and understand all of this. So yeah, right now we're trying to figure out how transmission fluid is coming into the coolant.
And you still did yourself good by putting that auxiliary cooler on.
Do I need to run that back through whatever's already existing?
I'm trying to figure out how transmission fluid is getting into the coolant, because when we changed to the new cooler for the transmission, it was plugged into the air conditioner cooler or whatever, and so it wasn't plugged into the radiator, and the radiator is what was showing transmission fluid or red fluid in it. So we're still trying to figure out what's going on with all of that. So we're having the same issue. The car didn't overheat as quickly, but it's still overheated. The fan turns on when it's idling, but when it's driving, the fan doesn't turn on. So the issue is with the fan. The fan is not being able to cool the car, and the car is not being able to cool down quick enough because the fan's not on. So we're thinking that it might be because it's in limp mode, and that might be screwing with things. So it's 9 o'clock right now, and we have to go to the dealership at 11, hopefully get that code cleared. Hopefully that will clear everything, but we're gonna check the little device that plugs into the car and see if we have any errors or any issues or what's going on with all of that. So hopefully we can get this fixed, like I keep saying. Trying to keep my spirits up, trying to keep the hopes high and all of that, but it's just so frustrating because we've been here for a while now, and everything we try, it's just nope, nope, nope. So let's get it done.
Nervous. I'm nervous, man. I don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, come on.
This is like the last thing.
Well, as long as it doesn't overheat again.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw it go by, so they must have tested it. Because it was parked like behind where we were. Oh. My bad, man. It's like cool, I'm just picking up junk.
Yeah, I mean, tested it to. Did they just drive it around?
Like around the dealership?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did they have to let it shift?
Because did they know what the issue was? Well, it wasn't. Did you tell them?
I told them straight up to reset the transmission counters, the shift counters. And then he's like, well, they're gonna have to flash the PCM.
Yeah.
And he's like, and that resets it. So that's what they did. And then on the paperwork it says reset PCM, reset shift counters, or yeah, shift counters, transmission counters.
Okay.
Come on, man, I hate this. Oh, it's so single. Hey. My palms are sweating. I don't.
Did it go to third?
Normally, yeah, it's in third right now. So this is first. Second. It keeps shifting into first again, so I mean, it wasn't doing that before.
That's third.
Woohoo! Find out if it's still overheating.
So
transmission's fixed for now. Somebody walked up to us like right as we were walking out. We just paid, took the receipt, walked out to go pick the Jeep up, and somebody was like, "Hey, I recognize you guys from YouTube." Said he just started watching a week ago. said he just bought a Jeep Renegade and he pulled it off the lot and he already got an engine coat, a check engine light. So that's why he's actually at the dealership right now. I was like, you should have bought a Toyota. But I wasn't serious. Toyota. And no overheating. It's not even, didn't budge. It's right in the middle where it's supposed to be. So we basically gotta go back, square up with Anderson Motors, like, and Tim over there. Just amazing guy, huge help. Let us crash in his RV so we didn't have to pay for hotels. We couldn't make it to a campsite because our Jeep just was stuck in gear. They let us have a little bit of fun with some rental Jeeps on Memorial Day. Just a great group of guys. Like, if you do end up stuck here like us, or you're anywhere around here and you need help, man, hit those guys up. They're just incredible. Tim's fast, helpful, never gets frustrated, level-headed. Just a great guy all around. And
he loves what he does.
Yeah, he definitely can tell that he loves what he does, and he loves Jeeps. And Craig, the guy that owns Anderson and the Rocky Mountain Jeep Company, is just a Jeep fanatic. So they were super into our story. They were concerned for us. They wanted us to keep going, and they really, I mean, they stayed open late just to let us use the garage and use the tools, and it's just been awesome. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. I want to test this out a little bit today, whip up and down the highway a little bit, and just make sure everything's still going smooth. And we'll decide what we're gonna do next after that. Did we say welcome to TrailSpinTV today? Welcome to TrailSpinTV.
So the main issue, the Jeep obviously works, but the main issue right now, the dilemma that we are having is that if we keep going and continue the trip, do we risk the chance of getting stuck? If we can be stuck out somewhere and it's gonna cost even more money to get us out. Or do we just go home? It's a weird, like, we're happy that it's fixed, but it's like now we gotta make a weird decision to whether finish the trip and risk getting stuck or go home. Because we love making these videos, we know you guys are rooting for us, but it's part of like a safety thing. We should be fine, but of the money, like, we don't want to be spending much any more money, so.
We're giving the Jeep a little shakedown, make sure there isn't any residual problems. We've already climbed about 3,000 feet since Salida. We're 10,300 feet right now. Nice rocky road. Came up here without any overheating issues, no kinds of check engine lights, anything like that. So we're just gonna check out what this has to offer. We're gonna head towards something called Tin Cup Pass. It's a pretty rough road right now, so be a good test for all the new stuff we installed. Make sure everything's running good. Get back to the shop, run the scanners, make sure all the temps are good, all that stuff. Check the fluids, make sure there's no cloudiness, make sure we don't have any head gasket issues, any more transmission issues. But I think we might be good to go. Holy shit. Suspension might be a different story, but as long as the engine works, we can get where we're going.
So it was raining when we were coming up. Now it's starting to get freezing rain, and eventually I'm gonna assume it might start to snow.
Yeah, Craig at the shop said that might be a section of this that we can't do because of snow, he said. We don't see any on the ground, but...
Some ice cap, snow cap, snow mountains over there. So I crashed the drone, all in here. And as you can see, it's snowing. Shite. I gotta see if I can find it. It says it's like, I'm gonna probably put on some pants and just barrel through this. But look at this. Look at all that fog. This looks cool. You know.
I left my jacket. At the garage.
Look. Dope. That's where we're going. We're going up here. It loops around. But just look. I can't get over this. This is just cool looking.
Yeah, this thing's nice and toasty.
Well, it's stopping the snow, but Alright, let's see if we can find this drone. The drone is okay. One little blade is a little scratched up, but it was giving me issues is like micro jitters, so I don't know if I'm gonna show the footage. If I do show the footage and it is jittery, I was having issues, so sorry about all that. But we're trying to get to Tin Cup Pass, and it's pretty much up the road, and that's what we're dealing with. This is pretty narrow.
Just ends.
It just ends?
It just turns into just like straight snow. It starts to curve around this way. You can see the rocks, but then it's just snow. So I'm not going that way.
Well, I'm gonna go look, just to look. Yeah, so as you heard Brandon, we're not gonna be able to go up there, up this way. As you can see here, this is how much space I have on the ground. Here's my foot. Wait, where's my foot? Here's my foot. Here's my feet. Here's some snow. And this is pretty. We'd be up on that edge. Don't really have that much room. But let's say this is a cool view. Just where we're at. We're just out here testing to see if we can take the Jeep further on. This isn't even part of the trail. This is north of the trail. This is actually the Continental Divide. It's that trail. So, oh yeah. You can see where it ends. Look. And there's people hiking it, biking it. Let's see what's over there. And I think this crosses into another national forest. So I think we were in San Isabel. And I think it goes into, I think that just says Tin Cup Pass. Looks like somebody's driving over there. See a couple tire marks. So yeah, this is part of the Continental Divide. As you see, my gimbal's not balanced so well. Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, I don't really understand. So right next to us is Gunnison, and next over there is where we came from, is San Isabel. But here's the view. I'm gonna actually go see if we can see over here. This just goes down. So I'm not gonna go too far because I gotta start heading back. But here, sorry for my heavy breathing. Probably mute it and just put music on there. It's actually pretty cool up in this area. I like the view, the snow caps. I like how it is foggy, how it was snowing. I like that moodier vibe. That's kind of cool. So now we got to turn back and head back. Everything looked good on the Jeep, so we don't know our final decision yet. I just hiked a little bit. I go on this little cliff right here. See, we're right over there. I can't tell, but it looks like Brandon has his hood up. He's looking around the Jeep. When we got up to the Jeep, it smelled like gasoline inside the Jeep. Not sure if it's the jerry cans. Hope it's not anything else. That's probably what he's checking out. So here's the view. All right, gotta get back to the Jeep. We have somebody coming up behind us, but we can't turn around, we can't go forward, so Brandon's going to tell him. But came back, the reason why Brandon had the hood up and all of that is because there's pink stuff right there, and that's transmission fluid. But thankfully, that's from the old lines that we cut, so it's just kind of like draining out. It's not the new stuff, thank God. But we're not sure exactly what the gas smell is from. It could be, it's not really gas, it's just fuel, or like, it's just smell. It could just be from the engine heating and just burning everything, because we had a lot of the engine soaked in antifreeze because when it was boiling over and all that kind of stuff. So there's just a lot of chemicals going on the outside of the engine that's probably burning up. So hopefully it's that, and we're assuming it's that, and we're pretty sure it's that. Can't be anything else. Look at that guy. Is that a moose, right?
Yeah, that's a moose. As far as I know, it's a moose. I've never seen one before.
This is our first wildlife encounter besides
Elk.
elk,
And
deer, and those fake antelope looking things.
yeah, pronghorns.
Pronghorns.
Well, yeah, but this is like... That's nature.
We're on a bit of a bumpy road and everything's jiggling and making noises back here. The propane tank is rolling and smacking stuff. So
It's because we don't have our sleeping bags and crap in here to stuff everything in.
oh yeah. We just don't feel like blowing up today. Not on this day.
It's like the strongest tape in the world.
Nice window locks. Yeah, gaff tape is good, but not. Jeep looked good, but when we finally made our decision on whether to go home or go back on the trail and risk being stuck. And what was that decision?
I guess you have to wait to find out.
Please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff, and you'll find out in the next video on whether we're on our way back home or if we're on the trail. So, deuces.